Hi there, beautiful autism parents. Welcome back to the show. I'm having a wonderful day today, and I'm so excited to share something with you that can literally change how you approach every challenge in your autism parenting journey and life in general. So, today we're talking about how to solve any problem, and I mean any problem. Whether it's a meltdown that seems to come out of nowhere, worrying about your kiddo's future, or just feeling overwhelmed by all the therapies and appointments, I'm going to teach you a process that will help you access creativity and wisdom you didn't even know you had. So, here's something that might just surprise you. Most of what we think are problems actually aren't. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. Think about any problem you're facing right now as an autism parent or as a person. Maybe it's that your child was really difficult 3 times this week, or they're really struggling with transitions, or the school isn't providing the support they need, or you're struggling at work. Hold that problem in your mind for a moment. Now, here's what I want you to understand. It's never really the problem that's the problem. It's how you think about the problem. So let me give you an example. If your kiddo is stimmy in public, is it a problem? Well, it depends entirely on how you think about it. Now, one parent might think, oh no, everyone's staring. This is so embarrassing. My child looks different. People are judging us. I'm a terrible parent because I can't control this. But another parent might think, my child is self-regulating. This is exactly what they need right now. Anyone who has a problem with this doesn't understand autism, and that's okay. Same exact situation, but completely different problems created by how each parent thinks about it. Here's the second key thing. Most of us spend way too much time focused on the problem instead of the solution. When your child has a rough day at school, do you spend the evening replaying it over and over and over in your mind? Or calling your spouse to talk about how hard it was? Or lying awake at night thinking about what went wrong? Instead, try shifting your focus to, okay, this happened. What can we learn from it? How can we set up my kiddo for success tomorrow? Now, I learned this from my husband actually, because when something goes wrong in our family, instead of dwelling on what happened, he immediately asks, okay, how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? It is just so much more productive. Here's what might sound a little like tough love, but stick with me. When my coaching clients come to me with their stories, can you believe the school said this? Or perhaps they say, my child did that in the store. And I often ask them, so what? I know it doesn't sound very empathetic, but it really is, because when you answer, so what, you're getting to the heart of what you're making the situation mean. Now, let's say your kiddo had a public meltdown at the grocery store. So what? Your answer might be, so what? It means I'm a bad parent and I can't control my child. It means my child will never be able to handle public places. It means people think we're weird. But of course, those are all thoughts and not facts. The fact is simply your kiddo had a meltdown in the grocery store. Everything else is what you're making it mean. This is huge, my parents. We need to separate facts from thoughts. Facts are things that would hold up in court, things everyone would agree on. The fact is, your child didn't make eye contact with the teacher today. The thought about it is, my child is being rude, or they're having a bad day, or the teacher doesn't understand them. Fact, your child's IEP meeting is next week. Your thought about it, I'm going to have to fight for everything, or this is my chance to advocate for what they need. The facts aren't creating your stress. Your thoughts about the facts are. And here's the beautiful part. You get to choose your thoughts. So here's a game-changing question. How do you want to feel about your challenges? When your kiddo struggles with something new, do you want to feel panicked and overwhelmed and worried? Or would you rather feel curious and resourceful? When the school calls with concerns, do you want to feel defensive and angry? Or would you prefer to feel collaborative and solution-focused? There's no right answer here, only what you choose. But most of us react automatically without realizing that we have a choice. So let me give you an example from my life. When I realized Max was different and had autism, I felt devastated. I thought, this changes everything. Life is going to be just so much harder. And what are people going to think? But then I realized I could choose to think differently. I started thinking, this explains so much. Now we can get the right support. And my child is still the same amazing person they always were. Same diagnosis, completely different emotional experience. Now, here's what I want you to understand. When you recognize that you're creating your own problems through your thinking, you get all of your power back. If you're upset about something, it's because of how you're thinking about it. Your child's autism behaviors, the school's response, your family's reactions, none of these things can upset you without your permission. Now, I'm not saying to ignore real challenges or pretend everything is fine. I'm saying recognize that your emotional response is always within your control. This may blow your mind. Nothing in your past needs to change for you to feel better about it right now. Maybe you're carrying guilt about not recognizing your kiddo's autism signs earlier. Maybe you're angry about a professional who dismissed your concerns. Maybe you're sad about the dreams you thought you had to give up. You don't need anyone to apologize. You don't need to change what happened. You just need to change how you think about it now. Now, I used to think if only I'd known sooner, I could have helped my child more. Now I think we got the diagnosis exactly where we needed to. Every step of our journey has led us to where we are right now. And speaking of where you are now, let's talk about your future. Are you excited about it? Or are you worried about it? Some parents get stuck thinking about all the things that might go wrong. What if my kiddo never lives independently? What if they can't make friends? What if? Instead, try this. What if my kiddo surprises everyone? What if they do find their passion? What if our family becomes stronger because of this journey? When you focus on solutions and possibilities instead of problems and limitations, there's no limit to what you can create. Okay, so let me give you the process again. Recognize that problems are created by your thinking and not by circumstances. Focus on solutions instead of problems. Ask, how can we solve this? Not why is this happening? Separate the facts from thoughts. What actually happened versus what you're making it mean. Choose how you want to feel. You have more control than you think. Take responsibility for your emotions. Other people can't make you feel anything without your permission. Stop trying to rewrite your past. Change your thoughts about it instead. And get excited about your future. Focus on possibilities and not limitations. Here's what I would like you to do this week. Pick one thing that's been bothering you about your autism journey or whatever, anything in general. Maybe it's something your kiddo does, something the school said, or something a family member doesn't understand or said. Now ask yourself, what are the facts versus what am I making it mean? How do I want to feel about this? What would I need to think to feel that way? What solution am I going to focus on? Remember, you are so much more capable than you think, and your kiddo is so lucky to have you. And every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Okay, that's all for today, my beautiful autism parents. I'd love to hear how you are applying these concepts in your own life. Remember, it's not the problem, it's how you think about the problem, and that you can change. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.